Alright, I finally have an update to the CR920. I actually just got it back in the mail from Shadow Systems. Overall, the repair experience with them was great as far as communication. It did take about a month, but it was because of they were waiting on some parts to be manufactured, which I'll read here in a second. But just an overall experience with Shadow Systems. First of all, I did not know that you could just mail your gun directly to the manufacturer. Apparently it's legal if it is for a warranty repair. It felt weird boxing up my gun and shipping it off in the mail. Thankfully everything worked out. So like I said, it took about a month, which was a long time because I've been wanting to use this as my carry gun for this whole time. If you did not see the whole reason as to why I sent it over to Shadow Systems, look in my past videos. I was having some mushy sponginess in the trigger. But overall, great experience with them, great communication in their emails, and if any of them are watching this, thank you for the speedy responses. I really appreciate that, and I love supporting American companies like Shadow Systems. It came in, and I immediately stripped it down really quick just to see. I didn't really notice anything. What they told me was, this is from Trevor at Shadow Systems, "We have thoroughly inspected and tested the firearm. During our inspection, we found that the firearm had an old revision trigger components. We went ahead and swapped the whole trigger assembly with our updated revised components. We also replaced your barrel with the newly revised barrel." So I guess they have a new barrel for the CR920. "After the swap, the firearm passed our function test. We could not replicate the reported issue. The firearm is packaged and ready to ship. Tracking information is below." And it came in, and I had to sign for it through UPS, which was great. So as I'm shooting the gun again, it feels like it did whenever I first got it. Right there, little wall, just like a tiny little bit of creep. Let's see if I can show. It's full out, right there to the wall, and then bang. And there's no mushiness in between, like there was previously. As you'll see in that other video, it feels like it's much more crisp, where you just got a little bit of. Let me see if I can get that in focus. I'm shooting this at 1.2 on my lens, which I probably shouldn't be doing. You get just a little bit of play in that trigger right there, which is normal. And then once you hit the wall, right there, you see that little bit of creep? Boop, bang. That's exactly what you want. That's how it was. That's what I expect from Shadow Systems. So everybody that was freaking out in the other videos and whatnot, saying, "Oh, I just ordered it, I'm regretting it," or blah blah blah, I think that you did not make a mistake in getting this gun. Man, there's some real elitists out there for anything but Glock. Like some of you guys in the comments are just like, "Oh, it's just a Gucci Glock," and all this, and they've never even shot it. Admittedly, they say they've never even shot a Shadow Systems gun. You know, again, I'm not a shill for Shadow Systems, but I just think that it's a little ridiculous of the people that we all know in the gun community that are just so elitist about stuff, and they have all these grand opinions, and they're like, "Just get a Glock and be done with it." And I'm like, but you were the type of person that was 1911s or nothing whenever Glocks came out in the 80s. So, you know, it's just always going to be something, and you can try and tell them it's not a Glock. It's based on a Glock platform, but it's fully built up by Shadow Systems, but they don't care. So they were anyway trying to use the trigger thing as an excuse to see they don't even know how to make the guns. And, you know, again, what I was trying to say, and I hope I conveyed it properly, is even before I sent it in, the gun was still functioning fine. There was nothing wrong with the gun. I just noticed that it had a little bit of mushiness in the play of the trigger before the break, and a little bit in the reset as well. And a lot of you guys had great recommendations on what to do. You're talking about polish this and all that. I know how to do some stuff to my gun, but I'm not 100% comfortable doing a lot of that kind of stuff to guns, like breaking out a Dremel and freaking polishing down stuff. That's not what I want to do. I feel like I am either voiding a warranty or making my gun less safe, especially a carry gun. If it's going to be a safe queen kind of a gun for you and you're just playing with it, that's fine. You know, for me, tinkering around is not a big deal, I guess. But if it's going to be a gun that if someone is running at you with a hatchet and you got to do something, I want to know that I can pull this sucker and immediately fire. That came to mind because I just watched a donut operator video where a cop was giving a speeding ticket to a guy. Another car comes up beside of him and stops, gets out of the car, and starts running at the cop with a hatchet in his hand. And the cop had to pull and shoot. And I was just like, man, imagine if that was just a regular person and they were not armed, or let's say they were armed and they didn't know how to get out, clear their garment and get to their gun really quickly, that person would be dead by hatchet. You know what I mean? So people always talk about, why do you carry guns? You feel like danger's lurking around the corner for you everywhere. Yeah, kind of is. And then every day that I get to come home and take this out of the belt and the holster and set it down and nothing happened is a good day, and that's a win. But if someone decides to start shooting up the movie theater and my wife's sitting beside of me, I've unfortunately had plenty of times where I did not carry my gun and I'm sitting there in the movie thinking about it, and I'm just like, man, what if something were to happen right now? I'm not being the man that I should be. I'm not being the protector that I should be. And so anyway, I'm going off on a tangent there, but no, I have not shot it since I've just got, like I said, I just got it back. I just wanted to get this out there quickly. I'm going out to shoot on Wednesday, which is only a few days from now, and I may or may not bring the camera to record, so we'll see. But I am looking forward to putting a lot more rounds. Since I got this gun and since it's been out at Shadow for repair, I've gotten a lot more magazines. So I've probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 or 7 magazines now. So I can just be doing some mag changes and really get a lot of rounds through this guy. But man, really excited that the trigger is back to where it should be. And I cannot wait to start shooting this gun some more. Like and subscribe to the video. I appreciate you watching. Check me out on Instagram, Touch Feel Carry. I'm not the kind of person that's posting all the time. I'm not slamming reels in your face. Every time I get a new knife or something, or I got something I want to talk about, I throw it up there. But follow me at Touch Feel Carry on Instagram. Appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next video.